Hello everyone, welcome back to Indie Book Review, where I am reviewing Level Up Headshot. This is the first book of the Level Up series by Alexa Sommers, and it's an erotica. Straight up, that's what it is. This is the first time I'm reviewing an erotica. It's not typically my genre, but we'll get into this. So the story centralizes around a group of friends. They're gamers, and the main character is Dylan. He's a nice guy, not one that women find particularly attractive or interesting. I can relate to that, so this book was already stepping off on the right foot for me. He befriends this woman named Susie, because his best friend is crushing on her hard. So he befriends her as, kind of a unwilling wingman, I suppose. And she asks if he wants to start a D&D game as the DM, and after talking to his friends, he agrees. So they all get together and, for this D&D character creation party, and, well, he ends up in a sexual encounter with two of them. And from there on, he's kind of just trying to juggle the two of them. Like, they've already stated to him that they have an agreement that they're not going to fight over him. They'll let him date both of them until he decides which one he wants to have a relationship. No hard feelings, no anything like that. Which, on paper, sounds fair, but in all reality, we all kind of know that that's just not how things are going to go. Feelings will get hurt, but the book doesn't get that far. This book is small. It's pretty short, which is kind of probably why I chose it for right now, because after a string of really long books, I kind of needed some really short ones. But anyway, yeah, he ends up in a sexual encounter with two of them. He ends up having a date with one of them and scheduling a date with the other one. We haven't got to that other date. And then it turns out that Susie is also kind of interested in him. And that's basically the story. It's book one, it's short, and I think that's kind of how it was intended to be. So let's get into this book. Like I said at the beginning, erotica is not my particular favorite genre, so a lot of the tropes and a lot of how erotica goes I'm not particularly privy to. So I can only really go from what I liked and disliked from it as a story. I can't really speak on it as a genre. And that said, there wasn't really much of it that I didn't like. Like, to be honest, there really wasn't much of it that I did not like. The characters were likable. The characters were believable. The characters just worked. And yeah, the guy who's not very good with women, having three women interested in him all at once, that does err on the side of disbelief and, just lack of reality. But it's an erotica. Like, what do you expect? What do you want? That's kind of my thought on it. And let's get into the sex scenes. I'm not going to go into graphic detail or anything like that, because for the most part, this didn't actually go into much graphic detail in terms of what was going on. I actually found the sex scenes were fairly tastefully done. I'm not a person who particularly enjoys sex scenes in books because I find them gratuitous or needless. But with a genre like erotica, it's kind of expected. So I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I was going to be reading. So I kind of came in with the expectation that this is what I was going to get. And I was pleased with what I read, because it wasn't over the top. It wasn't described being exceptionally gross or anything like that. The characters weren't overly kinky. Like, yeah, they made some jokes about whips and chains and stuff like that, but then, hell, it wouldn't even been so bad if they'd have used them. But, like I said, it was done tastefully, and I appreciate that. It wasn't over the top, it wasn't gross, so I found myself enjoying it more than I thought that I would enjoy it. Which is actually really nice. It's something that I myself am particularly happy to know, that I can enjoy books like this. The plot itself is really simple. It's really rudimentary, but it's really short. So there's not really much in the way of criticism that I can give this book. Will I go forward with it? Probably not, just because erotica is not my preferred genre. Will I deter people from reading it? God, no. No, this is actually it's actually a fairly decent read. It's, it's kind of enjoyable. It's just not my genre. It's not something that I particularly enjoy. Well, I can't even say that because I did enjoy the book. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll continue on with it. I have a grumpy dog apparently now, so go deal with that. No, from here on out, I'm just not going to say whether or not I'm going to read forward into this series, because a lot of the time when I say that, I just don't, and when I don't say it, I tend to. So I'll leave it up to mystery. If I decide to go forward with it, great. If not, well, at least I enjoyed an erotica book. It was short, it was straight to the point, and I appreciated it. All in all, I'm gonna give level up, level one headshot a 9 out of 10. It was good. I enjoyed it, and I some of those points are from me just being delightfully surprised that I did enjoy something of this genre. Because, like I said, sex scenes are not something that I particularly enjoy because I do find them gratuitous and particularly pointless toward the plot. And even in some romance novels, it just doesn't fit. So I tend to not enjoy them so much. But with erotica, you know what you're getting into, and the fact that it was tastefully done, yeah, this deserves a 9 out of 10. Straight up. But anyway, that's all I got for you folks. So I hope you pick up the book. Have a good one.